jumping here for the attack of opportunity with a quick little video here to introduce a new show I was thinking about. The Sneak Attack. I basically take a bunch of independent games similar to this and give you guys a quick little rundown of what more or less you're going to expect here. Most of these are going to be quicker little games that you can play in short little bursts, get just as much enjoyment out of them as you would a longer setup. And yeah, I mean, not everyone has hours at a time to spend playing longer games and getting immersed in the story. I can understand that. So the purpose here is to introduce you to a few games that, you know, you've got a few minutes before class and need to kill like 5-10 minutes. Pop one of these in. You don't really feel like getting immersed in something else has your attention, you just kind of need to keep yourself occupied for a couple of minutes. Pop one of these in. So we're going to take a look at our first one here with FTL, or Faster Than Light. It's a quick little, I want to say it's a roguelike game, because it more or less is, but it's a little more complex than that. The sci-fi thing is actually really fun, but let's take a look at this, get our setup here. When you first open up the game, it'll start you up with one basic ship and a bunch more that you can unlock. And a few different achievements here as well. Alrighty, let's get that set up. Okay. So the whole point of this game is more or less to jump from sector to sector here and explore as much as you can without letting the rebel fleet catch up to you and ultimately destroy you. So, with our first combat scenario here, let's show you a little bit of how that works. Basically, all of your weapons have a set cooldown timer. In order to keep them running, you're going to more or less be activating them as soon as the cooldown timer ends, and then sending them on through. If any of your systems are damaged in combat, you can send your crew in to repair them for you, take care of any damage to the systems. Fires on the ship will actually, one, spread to other rooms on the ship, as well as cause damage to anyone in the room attempting to fight said fire. Any damage your crew sustains in combat can be healed in this little room here, your mid-bay. Any of these systems, you see a little white head over right here, basically the shields, the weapons, the engine, as well as the pilot seat, can be manned in order to give it a little boost. Usually I keep one on shields and weapons if I'm going into combat scenarios, and you always want to keep somebody in the pilot's chair. It is imperative that you have somebody flying the ship where you cannot warp out from each sector. And that gets to be a bit of a pain later, trust me. Another combat here. Now the cool thing about combat in this game, you can individually select which target you want to go after. Like each of these four systems here, the weapons, the shields, as well as the engines, and ultimately the pilot's chair. If you destroy the pilot's seat, they can't fly away. Destroy the shields, their shields won't regenerate. Destroy their weapons system, so they can't shoot back. And destroy their engines. Again, they can't fly away and escape. Up here at the top, you'll see three main bars: the fuel gauge, missiles, and your drone parts. The fuel gauge determines how much fuel you have left each time you make a jump to a new sector. Fuel. Missiles are used for your missile weapons. If you run out of those, your missiles no longer work. And drone parts are used to create drones that can run alongside your ship, as long as you have the drone control module, which is kind of expensive. You probably want to pick it up right away. You're probably going to want to build up some armor, upgrade your ship a little bit first. So, let's take out some pirates here. Usually going into combat, you want to take out their shields first. That'll allow your laser weapons to get straight through, take you out. Of course. And if an enemy actually offers you a shield, sometimes an enemy won't actually fight, they'll actually offer surrender, at which point, accept that, they'll give you a little reward, and move you on your way. To the next sector! Asteroid. Luckily, this ship doesn't actually have shields. Good. That is not good. That means what that does to the ship. Basically, should there be a breach in the ship's hull or something of that sort, the ship will actually start losing air. And if that should happen, it will actually start taking damage. You need oxygen just like everything else. Just gonna wait for the FTL drive to charge. And to the exits! Some scrap. Excellent. And over here, where you see that little warning sign, you can actually see the pursuing rebel forces coming after you. You do not want them to catch you. These fuckers will screw you up. That said, let's go to the next area. Nebulas are an interesting concept in this game. You'll notice that before all of my rooms were lit up, I could see what was going on inside. Well, the nebula destroys your, well, not destroys them, but scrambles your scanners a bit. Kind of keeps you from being able to see what's going on in those rooms. Which can work to your advantage, but can also destroy you sometimes as well. Gonna want to avoid combat safe. Next level. Oh. I'm out of power here. They hit the power off the engines. Get some power into my engines here. Get out. And as soon as I get powered back, oh, intruders on the ship. This is never a good thing. Now you'll see, I'm opening up all the doors here and trying to basically force these guys to run out of air. Oh god, they just destroyed the oxygen supply for the whole ship. to actually have your crew do all their fighting right in the middle of the medbay. The medbay will continue healing them and allow you to fight out. Always a great idea. Two of them are already down. The rest of my crew still fighting. Let's go get those oxygenated tanks closed up. And one of my crew just died of oxygen. This right here is more or less why this game runs so good. My crew is dead, and that is the end of the game. So that is more or less why this game can be very quick. It can go longer as well, but that more or less is FTL. It's a really fun game. There's plenty to do, plenty to see, but again, it sometimes takes 3 or 4 tries to actually really make any progress. So for those of you that like this kind of game, that love the roguelike genre kinda, give it a look. It's really great, it's really fun. This is Kevin here for the Attack of Opportunity. Thank you for tuning in to Sneak Attack, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks.